Hello, we are Group 2R. Today we will talk about family life. And the first question, have you ever gotten mad of your parents? Yeah, I guess you have. We are all the teenagers, so we have a question for you. What have the teenagers stood for in the family? Okay, let's find the answer. Follow us now. Let's go!
It is no longer uncommon for parents to exert pressure on their children. It appears that a lot of people, including society, have raised the alert because of the negative effect of parental pressure on their children's shoulder. So, what is the current status of this research? And what are the long-term effects of parents exerting excessive pressure on their children? First, we are talking about pressure. Firstly, parents want their children to be successful and happy, to lead a happy and fulfilling life. Yes, this is the thinking of the people that are born. But sometimes, the way they show their love for their children goes beyond limits. Make that love pressure and make you happy. The expectations parents set for their children are often based on the parent's subjective thought. Secondly, when parents receive their children's grades, they often worried. They force their children to study more to keep up with their peers. Furthermore, the strain on grades and academic grades is increasingly evident, as many high schools and universities now take into account student transcript, enrolling only students who have a responsible academic record in the classroom manner. A good overall score or higher is required. When expectations do not come true, many parents turn to their children to vent their frustration. Moreover, many parents are annoyed and embarrassed when their child homeroom teachers scold their child. Children are just like a subconscious programmed by their parents like a machine. We can say that it is not a completely wrong thing to set expectations on their children. We are going to find the answer of question 2. Firstly, children are always terrified to feel receiving worse marks and being compared, and they become agitated and anxious as a result of. Secondly, anxiety and stress levels have increased. The constant state of tension, in addition to focusing on study while neglecting recreational activities, will have a negative impact on children's nerves. Children are increasingly negative about learning, which leads to low academic achievement. The children always have to study instead of having fun. Some children will develop melancholy, anxiety, or suicidal ideas. The stress of studying might be considered to overload your child's developing physique. Furthermore, your children may have a variety of illnesses, including stomach pain, diarrhea, headaches, and so on.
Fathers and mothers have great expectations for their children, which is natural. Love motivates this, since every parent wants the best for their children and wants them to have a successful life. As a result, many parents encourage their children to study and choose their own career, forgetting that their children have their own views, ambitions, and dreams. When confronted with parental demands, some youngsters will feel helpless, while others will feel uneasy. Some children are prone to resisting, or if they do, will be unpleasant. When I was in 7th school, I became friends with a classmate who was a brilliant student and always did well on tests. However, I heard his parents are extremely conservative and that he may never go out with his friends since he was a child. His test score was one quite low because of his carelessness. It's okay, it's just a test. I and a few pals told him, encouraging and comforting him. His mood, however, did not improve at all. It was the first time I saw him so miserable and despondent, as if the world were crumbling around him. We can say from this story that, despite the wish, the expectation is accurate. However, if parents do not find out what their children want, do not put themselves in their shoes, and have high expectation, their children will be fatigued and anxious. Everyone is born with a unique personality.
Most families has his parents set a popular issue comparison. In a family, parents always put pretension on their children and want them to become as excellent as possible. Therefore, they always create the best condition for their kids to work and study, and also to meet the education needs as well as improve social skills. As a result, the retention putting on their kids will grow up. If you have a good performance, your parents will happy and proud of you. But if your achievement is blinded to someone else who is better than your, comparison will appear. Your parents will wonder why your result is not as good as another pupil, although you and those pupils receive the same education system. But from my perspective, it's not necessarily wrong. It's just because it comes from their love for their kids. They have been through ups and downs, and they don't want the children to have a life like them. Society is always competitive. Parents compare us with better person and want us to become as good as them. They will feel proud and secure if you are the best in a team. However, it leads the kid to think that their parents only worry about their fate and do not understand them. It makes the family's atmosphere become negative. Children not only suffer from comparison of parents, but they also face with the comparison from themselves. The kids also feel sad because they can be better than other people, although they stand out. This comparison will put more pressure on children. As a result, families' love may be reduced because the kids will feel that they are not understood totally and lose their freedom. A family like that is not good because it will create competitiveness between children or make them become self-deprecated. Therefore, parents should simplify and encourage kids. Simultaneously, children must also be responsible for studying hard to reciprocate their parents' nurture and retention, and to make parents feel proud of them. Your family will always be full of love and happiness.
Now we are going to learn about what's happening in a lot of families. It's a situation where members don't listen to each other. Listening skills bring a lot of benefit to each of us in the family too. It brings a lot of benefits. First, having to share difficulties and feelings with each other. Understand each other better. Helping the family's atmosphere become better. listening. 3. Connections between family members. So, why do family members not listen to each other? However, in today's modern life, listening gradually is disappearing because the development of technologies and busy work make family members no longer sit down to listen to each other's stories. In addition, the fact that people do not listen to each other also comes from a appreciate the egos, listening to difficult to resolve conflicts. Next, let's find out why don't parents listen to their children. Parents don't listen to make their children feel lonely, make the children to gradually withdraw, leading to stress and more worrying. That's it to make children not listen to their parents. When parents and children do not have a common voice, it will cause unruly their children and don't listen to parents. Try to think, what if one day family members no longer listen to each other? If listening is lost, it also means family's happiness is broken. Parents will not understand each other, leading to conflicts, leads to quarrels and war, divorce, and their children will experience suffering and psychological effects.
Now we go to domestic violence. The first, what is domestic violence? Domestic violence refers to violent behavior that include abuse of a married person or partner, which can either be physical, psychological, sexual, or emotional abuse. This further includes the exertion of power and control by one partner against the other. Women are at a very high risk of being tortured. Children also follow closely. So, what causes domestic violence? People who have grown up experiencing abuse, for example, watching a neighbor or one of their parents being abused, have learned that the behavior is an ideal way to spread the complaint. Such people are the main perpetrators of domestic violence. It gets even worse if the same people have not been faced or stopped by anyone, as they will continue with the violence. No one likes humiliation of any kind. Problems at work and losing a job may also increase domestic violence. Or doubting that your partner is being untrue to you brings about jealousy and anger that might finally lead to physical abuse. Next, we go to the effect of domestic violence. Any person, either a person or family affected by domestic violence, is usually faced with pain. These pains have destructive effects on the victim, which are physical and mental. Many children in homes where domestic violence appears have difficulty in school, including problems with focus, poor academic performance, difficulty with peer interaction, and more absent from school. More so, children may become quiet, not speaking, and show behaviors such as crying and whining, difficulty in eating and sleeping, nervousness, and physical problems such as headache or ill command. So, how do we deal with domestic violence? First, you can seek assistance from a neighbor, relative, or a local police. Second, you should have a phone handy in case you need to contact someone from outside. Third, you can get support from a psychologist. And And finally, you can find something to defend yourself with, such as pepper spray or a stick.
The next step we come to generation. When I was born, my mom was 36 years old. Now I'm 15 and my mom 51. That's a really long distance in age, and it might be difficult for her to understand what I think and sympathize with my thoughts. In general, the long distance in age can affect the way we express our emotions or what we think to parents. We can be shy and hard to start saying anything because we don't have the habit of showing how we feel. Besides, the parents sometimes don't want to listen to their children by ignoring them because they find it too bothersome. To process this problem, we recommend 3 solutions. First, doing something that you attend with your parents. Due to this action, you can have more experience and memorize with your family. Then the relationship in the family is more connected. The second, talking to your parents regularly. You can reference the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, written by Dale Carnegie. This book can help you express your speech without offense and criticism to persuade your parents to change their mind. Third, living responsibly. Parents always love us and are nervous when they don't know what we're doing and where we go. The reason is we don't make them feel safe because we don't have responsibility in speech, in swear, and in action. And now we should start doing chores without reminder. Doing everything by ourselves. Then we will get the belief of the parents. Besides, we also will be more independent. That's a good way to change our family life. That is our presentation. I hope you like it. Goodbye. And the last one, thank you for watching.